Hey guys, Anthony here.
And I'm John from Johnny FQ.
Yay, and we're going to talk about movies and Godzilla.
Ooh!
And look, we're on a totally not fake cargo plane for the military.
It looks impressive.
Yeah. It's definitely
Nice.
not on a green screen. Oh shit, did the key just fuck up? Anyways, I wonder if they allow alcohol on a military transport.
Well, it doesn't matter because we have it anyway. I bet they don't, though.
As long as you're not flying it, you're fine. It's probably a pretty long flight. I mean, drink in the beginning, sober up before you get there. Anyways, hey, we're getting way off topic. First off, welcome to our Godzilla review.
Ooh, Godzilla!
Very mini quick review. Like, you have 3 words. Do you recommend you go see it?
Yes.
Okay, I recommend you also go see it. It's a good time, but there are some flaws. That's the quick review without any spoilers, because this whole video is going to get into spoiling. I mean, we're just going to talk in depth about shit that happens.
I'm going to spoil it.
So, go see it. I liked it, and John liked it.
It's going to be rotten by the time I'm done with it.
Now, let's talk about Godzilla. John, we got to see Godzilla the other day.
Yeah, it was nice. I went into this movie like expecting it to be shit. And I think I walked out happy because it wasn't shit. Because
Congratulations.
So often I feel like I go to the theaters and I blow... I mean, we went to the IMAX, so the tickets were like $16. Yeah. I walked away going... That was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right. I'd watch that again.
Again?
I'd watch that one more time.
Maybe.
It was okay.
This is actually my first Godzilla movie. I mean, really. I watched the 1998 one when it first came out when I was
Matthew
little.
Broderick. Oh,
yeah.
God.
And I haven't seen the others, even though I have interest to go back and watch the older ones, because I know they're classics and they're just stupid monster movies. But this one I was looking forward to because I'd seen Pacific Rim, and I really loved Pacific Rim, and I was like, this is kind of more of that.
Yeah. I didn't like Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim was amazing, and just so you have it in your head, guys, I'm going to be comparing Pacific Rim to this movie a lot.
I'm not, because one of them's good.
They're both good. One's better. All right. So, John.
Godzilla's better.
So explain what you... Really?
Yeah. And at least what I saw.
Leave a comment below if you think Pacific Rim did it better.
I mean, Godzilla had bad acting. Yeah. Pacific Rim had worse acting.
Pacific Rim was a parody of the... It was those old school monster movies.
Yeah. All right. Great. Still shit movie.
So Godzilla...
It wasn't shit. All right, well, this is turning into a Pacific Rim review.
Yeah, it is.
But it wasn't shit, but...
Let's not pull out the robots again.
Yeah.
All right, so Godzilla.
Your hero!
I really love the first quarter and the last 15 minutes. They're the best things I've seen in a while. The whole part with Bryan Cranston, and that's his name, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. He was really cool. Here come spoilers, whatever, we already said it. He's not in the movie very long. And he dies, you know that.
That took me by surprise, because I was like, when they zipped him up in the body, like, he dies, and I'm like, oh, he'll be back, and then, like, next shot, he's being zipped up in a body bag, and I'm like,
no, because he was my favorite part of the movie, and I've never seen Breaking Bad. I don't give a shit about him. Because he's a good actor. Well, I don't give a shit about him because of Breaking Bad, and everyone's like, oh, Walter White, or whatever his name is, he died. I didn't give a shit, but he was amazing for what he was there.
Yeah, this film had a good actor, unlike that other robot movie that will not be named.
Okay, I like this movie, but here's the problem. The more I think about it after we've seen it, the less I'm liking it. And the more I see people bring up its flaws, the more I'm realizing...
Oh, it definitely had flaws.
Yeah.
Its biggest flaws were, I didn't give much of a shit about the son character.
That's what everyone's saying.
Once Bryan Cranston leaves the movie, the human element isn't really that interesting. I wish I would have spent more time with the main Japanese scientist.
Yeah, and I swear they got that Asian guy, the one who says Godzilla. Everyone in the theater just laughed their asses off when he said Godzilla. They just took the most ridiculous take out of the million they probably made him do.
It's pretty funny.
Godzilla. Godzilla. Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Godzilla!
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Godzilla.
Godzilla! Mexicans. But I was more interested in what was going on with him than I was with what was going on with Jarhead.
Fucking Jim Man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's been a lot of theme of movies. Like, ever since Avatar came out and had, like, the young, attractive military guy as, like, the hero, then, like, every other movie's been doing that. Well, Pacific Rim did that same shit, too. It's like, oh, it's big, he's buff, he's pretty.
No, that's very different.
That's the focus of the movie.
No, but
like, they turned the focus of the movie on, like, you're just Freddie Prinze Jr. looking motherfucker. That's all, he's built, he looks handsome. And
but there's a difference.
Maybe.
John, in this movie, he was just generic military man of the United States, because where was this movie made? The United States! And who was it made for? The United States citizens! And they're like, oh, military man, and blah, blah, blah. Pacific Rim was he was like a hero, but a hero in that timeline, that reality. We're not here to compare Pacific Rim to Godzilla. We're here to talk about Godzilla.
I want you to think about that argument long and hard.
They keep hiding Godzilla throughout the whole movie. And I've seen a lot of people are pissed off about that. And you know what? The more I think about it, John,
I think they're wrong.
The more I think about it, the payoff at the end for all that buildup wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Should it have been just explosions and monster fighting the entire
It wasn't.
time?
No. The buildup would have been great, but I feel like the end fight didn't deliver on what the whole buildup was promising.
See, I enjoyed it.
It was good. Okay, before we get any further, I walked out of this movie going, they did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But they could have done some things better. It's not like you look at this one thing and go, oh, why did they do that?
Here was like some of my highlights of the movie. Obviously, Bryan Cranston in the beginning. Yeah. That was the biggest emotional impact when his wife died. Mm-hmm. The other biggest emotional impact, at least for me, was when Military Man burns all the eggs.
You felt bad for the monster?
I felt bad for the monster.
It was gonna make a bunch of evil monster babies.
I know, but like the mother comes over and she's looking at her nest and all her kids are burned to death and she starts crying.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to feel that. I was like, wow, I just made a connection with this giant ugly creature that's supposed to be the bad guy.
Mothra, basically. Yeah, there's two monsters. So Godzilla
fights. I was like, because I thought it was going to be this one thing, and then like, oh no, there's two of them. There's a male and a female.
And Godzilla fights them, and we're on their side, and instantly, like 3 seconds after we meet Godzilla, we start following him in a ship, which, as I've watched more reviewers, they're pointing out like how just Michael Bay and stupid it looks. Like, America and Godzilla. Yeah, patriotism.
Yeah. I did like also at the end when it's like, okay, everybody's rallying behind this creature now.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's like, Godzilla's the one that saved us, and he's walking back in the ocean. In real life, everybody's reaction, if this thing had been laying in the middle of the street like he was, passed out, if he'd have woken back up, everybody would have fucking screamed and started running the other way.
I love that shot at the end.
There would have been no news network talking about, this monster's the greatest thing that ever came along, by golly. Fuck you! Are you out of your goddamn mind? This thing's gigantic. It destroys everything it touches. Kill it! Fuck it, let's kill this thing. Are you out of your mind? Don't keep it alive. So like that whole thing, I'm like, I like how they did it because it's like, all right, it's cool, dumb movie, sci-fi, like, yeah, we're behind this giant creature. But the reality of it is like, that's fucking insane.
Well,
that's fucking insane. Nobody would do that.
I actually like that. I love the shot right when he does wake up. As soon as he opens his eyes, he goes, everybody around him just goes,
yeah, everyone's like, oh Jesus.
Okay, he's gonna go.
What's he gonna do?
But
like if he'd have been walking out, they should have done like a shot of him like really trying to avoid cars. And
and then the American flag was
guys,
in the background.
I'm sorry.
Oh, did you see the two obligatory jets that flew past him as he was walking out to the ocean?
No.
It was so hilarious. Like, you didn't notice those?
No, I didn't.
As soon as it does the panning shot of Godzilla, there's just two jets flying by in the sky. Like, of course. But no, I like the way the movie themed itself. Now, here's my theory. There's no reason to say this or prove this. My theory is they're trying to do what Marvel is doing right now and bring out like the actual history of Godzilla. Like the Marvel movies nowadays are bringing out like the real comic book stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're making an Ant-Man movie for fuck's sake.
I know. That's
because they built it from this point. I think this first movie was a gradual progression to silly.
Well, they've already announced a sequel.
Yes, no, but I think
it's already happening.
Here's what I'm saying. The beginning of the movie is very emotional, very serious movie.
And you think they're going to go sillier?
Well, as the movie goes on, it gets sillier until the end where Godzilla walks off into the water and I think it's preparing the general audience for ridiculous Godzilla sequel. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, the whole ending was like Godzilla's, our man.
Yeah.
He's our buddy now. So he can fight these other monsters that show up and we're going to be on his side. Yeah, it's a fun idea of like the military and Godzilla versus monster. If they go back, Godzilla has just like any other superhero, he's got a plethora of villains that go along with his he's got a plethora of villains that go along with the entire franchise.
Yeah, I'm not going to cut that out just because you started the sentence again. You think I'm going to?
Okay, well, don't. Fine, fuck you. But because of that, it would be fun if they reach back and Mothra isn't obvious. I can't remember the name of the three-headed dragon. I'm not big on my Godzilla lore.
Oh god, I know it. Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, yeah. Something like Ghidorah would be fantastic.
That'll be the third movie. See, Mechagodzilla and Ghidorah. Mechagodzilla after the second. I
hope they don't do Mechagodzilla.
No.
That's when it crosses the bridge to me and gets a little too
after the second one.
Now we're doing Pacific Rim now. Did you see the size of Godzilla in this? That's insane. The human species couldn't make something to fight that.
They could make Pacific Rim robots.
See, I don't want them to do that. The creator of
Pacific Rim said, "Hey, a crossover could be possible. Let's do it."
And I did think about something later. I was like, these are supposed to be ancient creatures that were buried in the earth. Why does that one why does he have an EMP burst? What the fuck use is that?
Because they had electronics millions of years ago.
Didn't.
They had electronics.
And the more I thought about that, I was like, wait. That one thing's special power was an EMP burst. That's handy against humans. Where did this thing come from?
I don't know.
Oh, is this the magic Mountain Dew?
Look, there's a hole in your chest.
Oh, my face!
Okay, and there's the fire breath, the beam. What's the beam called?
I don't
Godzilla's
know.
beam.
Godzilla laser beam.
Godzilla has his
who the fuck
laser beam
cares?
thing. It has a name, but I was surprised, and that kind of goes with my idea of theming. I didn't think, like, 10 years ago, if they made this movie, which they did,
Yeah.
but if they made this movie, he wouldn't have had his fire breath, because, you know, people would have looked at it as ridiculous. But nowadays, nerd culture is taking over the market with superhero movies.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, all that stuff. And now Godzilla maybe can make a comeback and reach into its history and make those silly movies like Mechagodzilla, but really do it seriously. Like,
But yeah, and
this one only had one stupid shot, but I didn't realize, I didn't see it coming.
I know. I love the build-up, too.
He was in the
because you see
smoke,
it-
and you
yeah.
see his tail start lighting up like.
And do you hear the sound? We were in the
Yeah.
IMAX, so we really got to feel that, like just that, like that voltage sound
Yeah.
coming up. I was like, oh shit! And then just nailed it. I was
Oh
like,
no, he does it twice, right? Because at the very end, he,
that's
he
what he
breathes
does.
it down the fucking monster. See, that's what I'm saying.
that was the most badass like monster death ever. Come on,
See,
just
that,
like,
no, it is. See, that's what I'm saying. They started out.
I'm Godzilla.
The beginning of the movie, you don't feel like they would ever do that. And then it slowly progresses into Pacific Rim ridiculousness when he's breathing down the mouth of the monster and then the jets are flying by him. I think this was preparing the audience for the sequel, which will get even more ridiculous. Like, they need to have the Japanese guy with a flatbed truck with the laser beam that, like, shoots the monster and
the
powers
little
him up.
satellite dish?
Of course, come
Yes.
on. They have to do that. Like,
I hope they do, too. Like,
and then
it's so
after this
stupid.
one, he dies at the end. You don't really know, but then the third one comes out and Mechagodzilla comes back from the future because they rebuilt him in the future.
Is that what's gonna happen?
That's what'll happen. Then the fourth one will be fucking moths.
Baby Godzilla.
Again?
They did that, yeah.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean the history of Godzilla. Guys, go on Google and look. I mean, it's insane the history.
Watch
of that franchise.
the Nostalgia Critic did them?
That's right. Yeah, he's big into the horror stuff. So
No,
yeah.
not Nostalgia Critic. Angry Video Game Nerd went through all the Godzilla movies and kind of talked about them.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
And that's
yeah,
why
that's
I
what
know
meant.
some of it, even though I've never seen them. John, more about the movie. What did you like?
I like it because it was fun. Like it didn't really take itself seriously.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it. Like, and I love the first monster fight that cut to.
Oh my god, yeah, the monster.
That was a brilliant
the way they
cut.
hide it the
That was
whole
a
time.
brilliant cut because like these two monsters face each other. You think, oh shit, here it comes.
First fight,
Yeah.
and then it cuts to a TV.
Yeah.
At the
Kids watching it. It's a great joke.
No, overall it was good. Can I? Last thing I want to say, this movie was beautiful. As
No,
far as the visual
visually,
stuff,
yeah. No, it was very well shot.
It
well
looked like
edited.
somebody cared, and I think that's what makes a big difference for me in this. A movie like The Green Lantern comes out.
Oh.
That was just a boardroom made movie where they went, we need this, and this, go do it.
Right.
Where this movie, it looked like someone gave a shit to make things look cool. I love the reveal of the second monster when they open the door with the light, and then you just see it burned its way out.
Yeah.
That was great.
That's fine.
Anyways, that's what we think about Godzilla. Do you have anything else to say, John?
No. It's
What am I doing with my hands?
I don't know. It's a worthy watch. It's not a cinema masterpiece.
It's not Pacific
nothing.
Rim.
It's it's way better than Pacific fucking Rim.
I recommend you go see it. It's not perfect, but it's definitely entertaining, and it's a good jumping off point if they make another one, which they are. Pacific Rim did it better, but if Pacific Rim hadn't come out, I would have been more impressed with this one. All right, John, we're gonna jump out of this helicopter. Or no, we're in a plane.
Oh, is this the joke?
This is the joke. We're totally in this plane for a setup joke at the end.
Should I have a beer in my hand? Or
Yeah. Oh,
is
where'd
it-
mine go? Why did I stop drinking this?
I don't know.
All right, here we go. Come on, we're gonna jump off this plane. John, it's this way. The plane doesn't have two exits. Come
I
on.
thought I had two exits.
No, come over here. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.